feel like Nat Young's going to put in a good effort, but Joan Duru has been having a solid season on his rookie year. So it's a pretty even matchup. I think again, just being on those best waves is really going to be very important.
Both surfers with incredibly sharp backhand approaches, and Joan Duru getting things started pretty quickly here, Pete.
Ooh, getting loose
In Championship Tour competition. And it's Joan Duru who's going to swing left on this one, driving up into the lip. Goes to the reverse, he plants that one, no problem. Not the best version of that maneuver that we've seen today, but it'll always feel good to get that success rate happening with those kind of turns and give him a bit of confidence to go even bigger.
You know, they're wondering why that wasn't the best version of it. You know, you like to see a lot of times the board get inverted. You see the board stay pretty much flat as the rotation went around. You get a little more torque or cork in it, as you would say in the snowboarding world. There's a couple sevens there too, but I mean, you're talking about the aerials. I got you. Yep. So yeah, again, you know, you need to get the height and also bring a bit of torque to it.
You can see Joan Duru loading up a better version, but on a smaller wave. That section was a bit steeper though. And now he'll go to some of those really strong turns that have seen him fetch big numbers throughout the season so far. A really tidy finish there.
You end up, you know, you see a couple scores come in on the smaller waves. You feel like you need to be on the better waves. You got to be a bit more patient, and that's what Nat's doing right now. Nice version there. He gets the grab, a little more height to it. Board was a little bit more torqued out, a little more perpendicular to the face rather than horizontal to the face. And a better version. The score will represent that. Beautiful. On the first maneuver, first section too. Always high risk to be able to execute those moves right out of the gates. But we've seen that's probably the best section for you. You get the very first section, and then the inside section will give you an opportunity as well. Of course, when you're doing it on the outside and really putting all that risk into it, see the foot comes off the board and then plants it as he gets the grab. Releases right as he lands. Generally, you'd like to see the release come through the maneuver rather than on the landing.
Up the, you know, a really different bag of tricks.
It almost feels like it gives you longevity to have all that variety.
As we see Joan now looking right and just picking this wave apart. Some smart maneuver choices. Trying to improve on a 5. Didn't have that big high-risk explosive turn on the right, but read the wave pretty well. It was a tricky one to serve.
Did well, you know, especially that middle section. Yeah, this outside, you know, again, Nat looked at this wave and decided not against it. He wants a little bit bigger set wave. Yeah, there was a little bobble in the bottom turn, the second bottom turn, but then here he starts to get some rhythm. You know, Joan has done so well for his rookie year. You know, and I think a lot of it's the experience that he's carried.
Joan Duru from Bayonne, France, out in front at the moment, and now trying to improve on a 6.83 to get a little further ahead. And Nat Young, a solid finish there on the closeout, and he hangs on to it. But from the outset, Pete, even though he started the year with a couple of 25ths, he's got one of the better heat score averages for a surfer, kind of in the mid-range on the leaderboard at the moment.
Agreed. You know, I know you look watching this wave here. He's just been able to see, you know, it's very loose. Doesn't look like to me that this will significantly improve his situation.
And in the end, you just got to be true to yourself. And here we go, up and riding.
Joan Duru loading up, goes to that reverse again. It's a flatter spin. He knows it. He kicks out just over 9 minutes to go. But
a lot this year, little errors that have cost him.
Let's see if he can make up for it now. Found a nice little wall here. And there's some of that flare exploding through the pocket and has speed. And that was a really well-served medium-sized wave, but Joan Duru right behind him has a slightly taller wall. And he really throws everything into that last move. Didn't quite stick it, but nothing really lost there.
Important paddle right here. Important paddle.
One turn in particular, and it was a return to that sort of trademark backhand flare that Barton was touching on before.
Absolutely. As we watch the replay here, and this mistake on this wave is going to not allow him to up the ante at all. You know, the mistake made here, and pretty much had to get himself loosened up, and this wave has done that. You know, it is a smaller wave, but there's 2 turns on here. That vertical approach there, where he whips it off the top, and then the finish move, again, getting the tail above the lip, drifts across that section, but look at where he does. This is one of the things that he does. He goes straight up, and very comfortable at doing that, and when he goes straight up, he's able to kick the tail out. And that's part of the backhand that he has brought, that flair that he has brought to the tour.
In Fiji, in that same event, Joan Duru, Leonardo, they both quarter-finaled, and then we saw Federico at J-Bay. So really impressive stuff as we see Nat looking for that second score. Needs an 8.1.
Iago Dora, you know, just won the last 6,000 event, so he's got 19,000 points. Looks pretty comfortable as we watch the replay here of Nat Young. And you can see carrying a bit more energy through these maneuvers, but they're realizing that that wasn't going to be enough.
An easy decision. Let's see if he can replace a 7. Loading up. Little speed float. Nice section here. Doesn't go to the air. Tries a big carve. Just loses his back foot. The heat has come to a close. And we're seeing our first red jersey win through in the second round here. It's been a big day of upsets.